because I have to be back online for my students. Um, my name is Teresa Knapp Gordon, Teresa Knapp Gordon. I am the president of the Little Rock Education Association. Um, Yesterday, the Little Rock Education Association um, sent out a press release because our members voted to only engage with students virtually beginning today. We do believe that our buildings are unsafe in the midst of this global pandemic. We have been in school for this is the 6th week of school, and we have observed and witnessed unsafe um, practices. We have observed that the Ready for Learning plan protocols are not being followed um, in every school all the time, which puts everyone at risk. I have worked personally, and our educators have worked diligently and collaboratively since school began um, to try and keep our students safe. But while the superintendent has listened to the things I have brought to him from our members, I have not seen and I have not heard that there has been a lot of change. We still have the same things happening. Um, we are afraid at this point with Arkansas being a red zone state and with the increased number of cases and community spread, we are afraid for our students and we are afraid for ourselves. We need more custodial staff in our schools. Um, the district did not hire any additional custodial staff to deal with the pandemic cleaning. Our regular custodial staff have been tasked with cleaning and disinfection on top of their regular job duties, and it is an impossible task. Um, we need better disinfection protocol. While, wiping down surfaces periodically throughout the day is great, we teach children, and children spread germs on a normal day. In the middle of a global pandemic, surfaces need to be wiped down constantly, especially surfaces that are touched frequently. We need better social distancing. We have classrooms that have 14, 15 students. And now the cap has been lifted so that parents are able to bring students back if there is a problem. And at the end of the 9 weeks, any parent will be able to transition back to in-person learning, which means that our classes are going to have even less social distancing. Many of our classrooms, especially in our older buildings, are smaller, which means maintaining a safe social distance is nearly impossible. We also know that the CDC's updated guidelines indicate that the virus can spread well beyond 6 feet. We know that many of our staff who are immune compromised have been denied ADA accommodations, and those requests should be honored. We need teachers who are dedicated to teaching virtually, and we need teachers who are dedicated to teaching in person. The workload is astronomical, and our teachers are breaking down because of it. Quarantining and closing facilities has become a competition amongst some administrators who feel that getting their school's name on the list or having to shut down for quarantine sheds a bad light on their school. And this puts everybody at risk because that means that they are willing to compromise people's health to keep their school's name off the list. And that is not okay. These are lives we are talking about. This is not some kind of football game or volleyball game. And we need to be committed completely 110% to doing everything we can to protect everybody involved. The governor has taken the stance that we are going to proceed as normal until it goes away. Unfortunately, proceeding as normal means it's probably going to be here longer. It's not going to go away unless some serious preventative measures are put into place. Educators and children across our state are getting sick. Educators and children across our district are getting sick. Someone is going to die in the Little Rock School District if we continue in this manner. Washington, Pulaski, and Benton counties are the counties with the most cases. Arkansas, as I said before, is a red zone state. There need to be better precautions put in place and put in place now. History books are going to write about us, and they are going to say that Americans must have been complete idiots for the way America has handled this crisis. This is a global pandemic. It is a serious situation, and it needs to be treated as such. I will take questions now.
Hey, Teresa, this is Andrew.
Andrew, I see you unmuted.
Yep. Wanted to ask you, the district had put out
Andrew,
on.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
For some reason.
Can you hear me now? The district had put out numbers that they had 50 teachers who had informed principals they would teach virtually, 150 called in sick. Wanted to see, what are you seeing in terms of participation in this action, and how, also wanted to see kind of how long do you see this going? Is there kind of a drop point if you don't get the change that you'd like to see from the district?
We are still collecting numbers, so I do not have final numbers. There is a mix of things happening across the district. Some staff members are being put in as sick, some are being put in as no call, no show, some are being allowed to teach from home. We're hearing that subs have been called in from the State Department and from the district admin level, that students are being put together in auditoriums and gymnasiums, which, let me just say, that was happening before. So anybody that thinks that wasn't happening, it was happening before. As far as how long we intend to do this, we intend to continue this until something changes. Either the positivity rate goes down, there's a vaccine developed, or the district and the state decide to work with the schools to implement better measures, because right now we are at risk. It is not safe in our schools. And let me just say, for educators to come out and say that our schools are not safe is a huge deal. We protect our schools to the nth degree. And, you know, to say something negative about our schools and about our school district is a pretty strong measure. We don't do that.
Hi, Lisa. This is Alex
Okay,
with 7. I'm wondering, are teachers prepared for the district to take disciplinary measures, terminations? Are they prepared for that?
our membership was informed that discipline could happen, and those that are taking action were prepared to take that risk because our students are that important. Our lives are that important. And, you know, it is unfortunate that that is the first reaction, is that we're going to be disciplined or terminated. This is about keeping people safe. And when our governor is not willing to do it, when we are being put at risk every single day because of the inaction of others, discipline should not be the first thought that comes to mind. The first thought that comes to mind is, how can we solve this problem? How do we work to make it better? How do we all get through this alive? That should be the first thing that comes to mind. Scott, I see you're unmuted. I don't hear you though. Any other questions? All right, I don't hear any other questions. I will do another press conference at 3. I should have better numbers by then. It'll be the same the same Zoom login. So if anybody has additional questions at that point, I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you all so much.
And welcome and our viewers here that as we are now wrapping up a news conference that was held by the Little Rock Education Association just a few moments ago. The president of the Teachers Union giving us an update on the situation today. We are now just a few hours into day one of the Little Rock Education Association notifying the school district that its members, its teachers, will not be teaching in the classrooms. If you recall, early this morning, the Little Rock School District sent out some numbers, sent out some information to us regarding what is happening in terms of teachers calling in sick. Let's go through some of these numbers now. According to the Little Rock School District, 50 letters were sent to principals as of 9 p.m. last night saying that they would not be reporting to the classrooms today because they will be only teaching virtually. As of 6 a.m. this morning, or 6:30, there were 150 teachers that called in sick. But it's important to note that we don't know out of the 150 that called in sick who is participating in this action by the Little Rock Education Association or the teachers who are actually sick. All of that, so 200 teachers calling in sick total or not in the classroom today, out of the 1,900 teachers in the LRSD system. So 200 out of the 1,900. It's also important to note that this is day one of what the Little Rock Education Association says they will continue to do until there are changes, significant changes inside the LRSD in terms of keeping buildings safe during this COVID-19 pandemic. The Little Rock Education Association president saying we are afraid that they need better guidelines from the district. The Education Association president even going, and I quote, "Someone is going to die if there aren't some kind of changes within LRSD and how they are handling the COVID-19 pandemic." Her exact quote is, "Someone is going to die." And again, they say something, they're going to continue to do this until there are changes made, and saying that they will risk their job, saying that they will risk termination because student safety is their number one priority. And if this means that they're going to be fired because they didn't report to school today, then that's what it's going to be. The Little Rock School District being very vocal over the last 24 hours or so. This was the letter that the Little Rock School District sent out today, last night, with a long list of everything that they have been doing during the COVID-19 pandemic, saying that they've purchased over 3 million masks. They've implemented COVID screenings for staff at each building, maintaining clean buildings with daily disinfecting protocols, saying that their relationship with the Department of Health means daily communication to identify cases, making sure that people are put into a quarantine if that's what contact tracing experts find. So that was the news conference that was just held a few moments ago by the president of the Little Rock Education Association. Again, them saying that they believe the buildings are unsafe, that this will continue until there are significant changes within LRSD to keep classrooms clean and safe. And as I point out, and as that graphic at the very bottom of the screen says, LRSD says, we have no plans to close schools. All schools are open. You might recall we were right here on social media earlier this morning, bringing you live extensive coverage as the school day started getting off the ground, and there were no changes to LRSD operations today. Buses were running. We saw those buses running. School doors were open. Meals are being served according to school officials. We have not been given any update to any changes that have been made by LRSD because of what the LREA is doing. So as of right now, everything seems to be business as normal. We do have a reporter working this story. Alexis Wainwright is talking with school officials, also talking to the LREA. And so we will have much more on this story as it develops throughout the afternoon right here on KRK4 and Fox 16. I encourage you to visit our websites, krk.com, fox16.com. You can actually find both of these statements right now on our website. This one from the Little Rock School District, this one from the LREA. You can also see the governor's statement on this. The governor's weighing in, saying that kids belong in the classroom, that there are extensive protocols in place. Also saying that the positivity rate in Pulaski County is going down. And so now is not the time to reverse any decisions that have been made. So that is what we know right now here at KRK4 and Fox 16. Again, visit our websites throughout the day. Monitor those. We will send push alerts right to your phone. So download the KRK and Fox 16 app right now on your smartphone. Again, any updates regarding this, we'll send it right to your phone, and we'll have updates on this story as they come in throughout the day. Again, krk.com, fox16.com, and then we will have live coverage beginning at 4 o'clock on KRK. But for now, I'm Mitch McCoy. We'll have breaking news as it happens all day long right here on social media.